Welcome back, folks. Our next guest hosts one of our favorite shows around here, especially mine, The Amazing Race. Please welcome back to the show our friend Phil Keoghan.
I saw your mom in the back. She came up and gave me a big hug.
Well, Mom, when Phil was on his bike, what would you call it? When you're raising the money for MS?
Yeah, and I was riding across America, and when I got to Chicago, Bonnie had arranged for her mom to come and say hello to me. And she brought those beautiful homemade muffins, and then gave me milk. And then she had a big bag of them.
She was so worried about you.
I know. She said, if I realized you were so skinny, I would have, brought more food.
She's like, Bonnie, Phil's gotten awfully thin. I'm very worried about him.
Yeah.
How do you celebrate Mother's Day? Do you do something great for your wife? Because your wife is so understanding.
Well,
and adventurous. And
yeah, I was saying to the producer that in New Zealand we're really not so good with holidays. Like on a specific day, like Valentine's Day. This is the day that you say, I love you, or on Mother's Day, this is the day that I'm happy that you're my mother. We're not as regimented or formal with the... Is that bad? Is that wrong? Well, it's sort of like, seen as a bit like, oh, well, now we stop to say thank you, as opposed to trying to do things all the time.
I agree, yeah.
But the one holiday that by the way, the one thing I do love about America is I love the traditions, since coming to live in this country. And the holiday that I really love is Thanksgiving, because it's not sort of about one person, it's about everybody being thankful for everything.
Yeah, that is, I think, number one for me.
So I do love that time to stop but I try to call my mom to tell her that I love her or whatever when I'm like, I miss my mom, and I pick up the phone and I call her, as opposed to, oh man, I better call her because today's Mother's Day, and if I don't call, that's bad. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's true. And our family, too, we send my mom flowers on our birthday.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, like thank you.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a nice tradition, so it gives you a couple of Mother's Days.
And my mom, she's great because she'll just fire an email and say, oh, I was thinking about you. And that'll be just random, and I'll be somewhere in the world and I'll get it, and it just makes you smile. So it's not like, oh, well, I only heard from my mother because it's my birthday.
Right. Where do you guys go on vacation? Do you have I know there's a place you go that's a tiny island, right? Really a small population, like 1,000 people.
Well,
how did you find that? Of course, you know everything because you're on Amazing Race.
Well, I don't know everything.
No, but I mean about geography. I watched the show for all the geography I didn't force myself to learn in school. Well, I do. I learn a lot about all the different cultures.
And a lot of people do. And that's one of the great things about the show is that, the background never looks the same. It's always new and exciting. But one of the things I love about the race on a personal level is I really love going somewhere I've never been to before. So my daughter, who's 14, said, I said she had vacation, and I said, let's go do something. Let's go do an adventure together. And she said, Dad, I want to learn how to scuba dive. We found this island. I knew about the island, but we'd never been there. Niue is just north of New Zealand, about 3 hours on a plane north. Yeah, that's my daughter there after she got her certification, and this was in a place called Snake Alley, and there were dozens and dozens of snakes. Oh, yeah.
This is a snake in the water?
Yeah, they're one of the most...
Oh, that's horrifying.
They're one of the most poisonous snakes in the world, but they're very, very placid, and they have tiny little mouths. They can't bite you. Oh, yeah, that dolphin shot that you just showed.
Oh, man, that's beautiful.
You know, what's so amazing about that is there's a great diving operation
Look at that
Niue.
Water.
And that is taken, what they do is they put you in you're in an inflatable boat. You just drop over the side, you hold onto the rope, and the boat just moves along gently with the dolphins. And though I've never seen water like this, and you look down hundreds of feet, and there's hundreds of dolphins, and they're like right there, and they turn and they look at you. It was one of the best adventures ever.
We'll be right back.